Hello everyone. Today we have to learn about Unit 2. Name of this unit is Definite Integration. Here first of all we have to know about definition of definite integration. F of x is a function which is defined in an interval a comma b, and if suppose indefinite integration of f of x with respect to x is capital F of x plus integral constant c. Then definite integral from lower limit a to upper limit b of function f of x integral with respect to x is given by this indefinite integral value you can put here, and this is square bracket. Limits of the integral lower limit and upper limit you can put here, lower limit here and upper limit here. And then if we substitute upper limit, means you are replacing x by upper limit first, and then putting minus sign you have to replace x by lower limit a. In that case constant of integration will get cancelled, remains only capital F of x and limits from a to b. Then capital F of x replacing x by upper limit minus capital F of x in another bracket replacing x by a, and then this becomes where b is known as upper limit of integral, a is known as lower limit of integral, then this f of x is known as integrand, and capital F of x is an integral value of small f of x with respect to variable x. Now we have to learn about properties of definite integral. Some important properties are there, and these properties are: integral from a to b f of x dx is given by minus of integral from b to a f of x dx. Means you can interchange limits of the integral. Lower limit becomes upper limit and upper limit becomes lower limit with negative sign. Okay, this is property number 1. Then property number 2, here integral from a to b of f of x, integral is with respect to x. Here variable is x. Same integral we can write integral from a to b f of t dt. Means you can change the variable from x to t. Limits will same, only you are changing variables x to t. Now third property, integral from minus a to a f of x dx, its value becomes twice integral from 0 to a f of x dx, if and only if f of x is an even function. Otherwise value of this integral becomes 0 if f of x is odd function. Now we have to know about even function and odd functions. If power of x is even number, just like 2, 4, 6, 8, then that function will be even function. Okay, these are algebraic functions, and cos x is even function which is trigonometric function. Similarly, examples of odd function: x to the power 1, x cube, x raised to 5, means x to the power odd number is given by 2n plus 1, and even number is given by 2n, where n takes values from 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on, means integers. And then sin x is trigonometric function which is odd function. Now property number 4, integral from 0 to a f of x dx is equal to, we can write integral from 0 to a f of a minus x dx. Now property number 5 is integral from a to b f of x dx is equal to integral from a to b f of a plus b minus x dx. A plus b, this is sum of lower limit and upper limit, minus variable x, integral with respect to x. Meaning of this is what? You are replacing this x by a plus b minus x, then this integral is equal to this integral. Now property number 6 is integral from 0 to 2a f of x dx is equal to, we can write sum of two integrals. First integral from 0 to a f of x dx plus second integral from 0 to a f of 2a minus x dx. Now property number 7 is integral from a to c f of x dx is equal to, we can write sum of two integrals, integral from a to b f of x dx plus integral from b to c f of x dx, subjected to the condition that a is less than b, b is less than c, means b lies between a and c. Then you can write like this. Okay, now property number 8, this is linearity property. integral from a to b k1 into f of x. K1 is constant coefficient plus or minus a2 into g of x. K2 is also constant coefficient. Now this integral we can write is equal to k1 into integral of f of x dx from a to b with respect to x plus k2 into integral from a to b g of x dx. In this way, this is linearity property. And now property number 9, this is by parts method. Here u and v are different functions using LIATE rule. Integral from a to b u into v integral with respect to x is given by u into integral of v with respect to x plus minus close, and lower limit and upper limit you can put here a and b minus integral from a to b into bracket derivative of u with respect to x into integral of v with respect to x, again integral with respect to x. These are properties of definite integral which we have to remember to solve the problems. Now problems applying standard integrals means applying standard formulae. First sum is evaluate integral from 0 to infinite e to the power minus x dx. Okay, we have to evaluate this integral. This is definite integral. So consider given integral I is equal to integral from 0 to infinite e to the power minus x integral with respect to x. But you know integral of e to the power minus x is what? This is minus e to the power minus x. So this can be written as minus e to the power minus x in square bracket and limits from 0 to infinite by the definition of definite integral. Now take minus sign outside this bracket and this can be written as is equal to minus of e to the power minus x limits from 0 to infinite. Okay, first of all we have to simplify this. You can write this as minus of e to the power minus x and you are replacing x by infinite first minus e to the power minus x, you are replacing x by lower limit 0. Now substitute x is equal to infinite first minus e to the power minus infinite minus e to the power. Now you are replacing x by 0 here minus 0. And again this can be written as minus of 1 upon e to the power, or keep this as it is, e to the power minus infinite minus e to the power 0. E to the power minus 0, that is nothing but e to the power 0. But we know e to the power 0 is always equal to 1. And next is e to the power infinite. This is equal to infinite. And e to the power minus infinite, this becomes 1 upon e to the power infinite, and which is equal to 1 upon infinite, and this is equal to 0. Put here in this bracket. So this is equal to minus 0 minus 1. Now multiply this bracket by minus sign. So this is equal to 0 plus 1, and 0 plus 1 is 1. So this is equal to 1. This is the answer. Let us solve sum number 2. Integral from 0 to log 2. Integrand is e to the power 2x. Integral is with respect to x. This sum is appeared in summer 2015 for 2 marks. Now to evaluate this integral, first of all consider given integral as I. Integral from 0 to log 2. Integral of e to the power 2x. Integral with respect to x. You know this formula. Integral of e to the power ax integral with respect to x. This is equal to 1 upon a into e to the power ax. So applying this formula, value of this integral we can write I is equal to e to the power 2x divided by 2. Limits from 0 to log 2. Now this can be written as this is equal to 1 upon 2. Constant coefficient we can take outside the bracket. E to the power 2x limits from 0 to log 2. Now first of all we have to substitute upper limit and then lower limit. So to simplify this you can write 1 upon 2 e to the power 2x, where x we are replacing by upper limit log 2 minus again e to the power 2x replacing x by lower limit 0, bracket close. And now this is equal to 1 upon 2 e to the power 2 into log 2 minus e to the power 2 into 0. Okay, now 2 is coefficient of log. This 2 becomes power of this 2. So this is equal to, we can write 1 upon 2 into bracket e to the power logarithm of 2 square minus e to the power 0. You know, logarithm of m into logarithm of x. This can be written as logarithm of x to the power m, and then e to the power log of y. This is equal to simply y, because e and log gets cancelled. You can apply here. E and log gets cancelled, remains only 2 square. And you know, next is e to the power 0 is equal to 1. This is equal to 1. Putting these values in given integral, we can write this is equal to 1 upon 2 e to the power logarithm of 2 square. This becomes 2 square minus e to the power 0 becomes 1. And you know, 2 square is 4. 4 minus 1, and 4 minus 1 is equal to 3. So this is equal to 3 upon 2, and this is value of given integral I. Here 2 square is 4. Let us solve sum number 3. Evaluate integral from pi by 6 to pi by 4 cot square x integral with respect to x. This sum is appeared in summer 2014 for 2 marks. So consider given integral is equal to I, and its limits are from pi by 6 to pi by 4 cot square x integral with respect to x. Now you must know this formula, trigonometrical formula. Cot square x is equal to, this is trigonometrical identity, cosec square x minus 1. Okay, replace cot square x by cosec square x minus 1. And you know integral formulae, integral of cosec square x integral with respect to x, this is equal to minus cot x, and integral of 1 with respect to x is x. So integral I can be written as integral from pi by 6 to pi by 4 cosec square x minus 1 integral with respect to x. Now separate the integrals. This is equal to integral pi by 6 to pi by 4 cosec square x integral with respect to x minus integral of 1 with respect to x, and limits from pi by 6 to pi by 4. So separately you have these two integrals. This is equal to, we can write integral of cosec square x is minus cot x limits from pi by 6 to pi by 4 minus integral of 1 is x pi by 6 to pi by. Okay, now first bracket can be written as minus of cot x at x is equal to upper limit minus cot x at x is equal to lower limit. First bracket close, and then minus, you are replacing x by pi by 4. X, you are replacing x by upper limit first minus x by lower limit pi by 6. X is equal to pi by 4 and x is equal to pi by 6. And now this is equal to minus of cot pi by 4 minus cot of pi by 6 minus pi by 4 minus pi upon 6. Simplify and get the answer. This is equal to minus cot pi by 4, its value is 1, minus cot pi by 6, its value is root 3, minus, now you can take its LCM 12, 4 3 ja 12, 3 pi minus 6 2 ja 12, 2 pi. Again, this is equal to, multiply this bracket by minus sign, so we can write root 3 minus 1 minus 3 pi minus 2 pi, 1 pi, pi upon 12. And this is final answer. Let us solve sum number 4. Evaluate integral from lower limit 0 to upper limit 4, integral with respect to x of 1 upon 2x plus 3, and this integral is appeared in summer 16 for 2 marks. Remember, here denominator is 2x plus 3, which is linear polynomial, because degree of this linear polynomial is 1. And you know, first of all, what we have to do? Consider given integral as I. I is equal to integral from 0 to 4, 1 upon 2x plus 3 and integral is with respect to x. And you know standard formula, integral of dx divided by ax plus b, integral with respect to x, that is equal to logarithm of ax plus b divided by derivative of ax plus b, that is a. So applying this formula here, I is equal to, we can write logarithm of ax plus b divided by a and limits from 0 to 4. Okay, 1 upon a you can take outside this bracket, and then I can be written as 1 upon a logarithm of ax plus b, and here you are replacing x by 4 minus logarithm of ax plus b replacing x by 0. So this is equal to 1 upon a into bracket logarithm of, you are replacing x by 4. So 4a plus b minus logarithm of, replace x by 0. So a into 0 is 0, logarithm of b. 0 plus b. 0 plus b is equal to b. So now you can apply property of logarithm. What is that property? Logarithm of m minus logarithm of n is equal to logarithm of m upon n. So logarithm of m is suppose this bracket minus logarithm of n. N is suppose this bracket. Hence this is equal to 1 upon a means 2. You are considering ax plus b as linear polynomial 2x plus 3. Okay, a is 2. So 1 upon 2 logarithm of 4 into a. A is 2. So 8 plus and b is 3. If we compare 2x plus 3 with ax plus b, a is 2 and b is 3. So 3 minus logarithm of b is 3, which is equal to 1 upon 2 logarithm of 8 plus 3 is 11 upon 3. This is the value of integral I. Let us solve sum number 5. Evaluate integral from 1 to 2, integral of 1 upon 3x minus 2, integral with respect to x. This sum is appeared in winter 2010, 13 and 14 for 2 marks. So consider given integral is equal to I. Limits from 1 to 2, 1 upon 3x minus 2 integral with respect to x. Since we know integral of dx divided by ax minus b or ax plus b is equal to logarithm of ax plus b divided by derivative of ax plus b, that is a. And if we compare this 3x minus 2 with ax plus b, a becomes 3, which is coefficient of x, and b becomes minus 2, which is constant term. Hence I is equal to, we can write logarithm of 3x minus 2 divided by 3 and limits from 1 to 2. Now take 1 upon 3 outside this bracket, then I is equal to integral of logarithm of 3x minus 2 limits from 1 to 2. Now substitute upper limit first and then lower limit. Hence I is equal to 1 upon 3 logarithm of 3x means 3 into upper limit is 2 minus 2 minus logarithm of 3 into lower limit is 1 minus 2. And now simplify this and then apply the property of logarithm. 1 upon 3 logarithm of 3 into 2 6, 6 minus 2 is 4 minus logarithm of 3 into 1 is 3, 3 minus 2 1. Since we know logarithm of m minus logarithm of n is equal to logarithm of m upon n. So this can be written as I is equal to 1 upon 3 logarithm of 4 divided by 1. But 4 divided by 1 is 4. So I is equal to 1 upon 3 logarithm of 4. And this is answer. Let us solve sum number 6. Evaluate integral from 5 to 10. Integral of 1 upon x minus 1 into x minus 2. Integral with respect to x. Here denominator is having two linear factors. One is x minus 1 and another one is x minus 2. Here we have to find out partial fractions. Applying simple method. So first of all, I is equal to integral from 5 to 10 1 upon x minus 1 into x minus 2 integral with respect to x. Since both are linear factors which are appearing in denominator and no one is repeated, as well as numerator is constant function, so you can apply this simple formula for finding partial fractions 1 upon a into b, where a is first linear factor, b is second linear factor. This is equal to 1 upon b minus a into bracket 1 upon first linear factor minus 1 upon second linear factor, bracket close. So applying this formula, 1 upon x minus 1 into x minus 2 can be written as 1 upon x minus 1 into x minus 2. This is equal to 1 upon x minus 2 minus first linear factor, that is minus x plus 1, into bracket 1 upon first linear factor minus 1 upon second linear factor. 1 upon x minus 1 into x minus 2 is equal to, we are considering a is equal to x minus 1, b is equal to x minus 2. This is equal to 1 upon b minus a, means x minus 2 minus x minus 1, that is this one, into bracket 1 upon first linear factor which is x minus 1 minus 1 upon second linear factor which is x minus 2. Simplify this, this is equal to, here x gets cancelled and minus 2 plus 1, that is minus 1, minus of 1 upon x minus 1 minus 1 upon x minus 2. Multiply this bracket by minus sign. So this can be written as 1 upon x minus 2 minus 1 upon x minus 1. Hence, integral I is equal to, we can write, limits from 5 to 10. This integrand becomes 1 upon x minus 2 minus 1 upon x minus 1, integral with respect to x. And now you can apply formula, integral of dx divided by ax plus b is equal to logarithm of ax plus b divided by derivative of ax plus b with respect to x is a. So this can be written as 1 upon x minus 2, its integral will be logarithm of x minus 2 divided by derivative of x minus 2 is 1 divided by 1 minus logarithm of x minus 1 divided by 1, which is derivative of x minus 1 with respect to x, and limits from 5 to 10. Now first of all, replace x by upper limit and then replace x by lower limit. So I is equal to, we can write, logarithm of upper limit is 10, 10 minus 2 minus logarithm of 10 minus 1. Okay, if we substitute upper limit, then minus, we are substituting lower limit is 5, logarithm of 5 minus 2 minus logarithm of 5 minus 1. This is second bracket substituting lower limit. Now simplify this. I is equal to logarithm of 10 minus 2 is 8 minus logarithm of 10 minus 1 is 9 minus into bracket minus logarithm of 5 minus 2, that is 3, minus minus plus logarithm of 5 minus 1, that is 4. Now this can be written as logarithm of 8 and logarithm of 4. These are positive quantities, and logarithm of 9 and logarithm of 3, these are having negative sign. So negative quantities. And now logarithm of m plus logarithm of n. This is equal to what? Logarithm of m into n, and logarithm of m minus logarithm of n is equal to logarithm of m upon n. So you can apply these two with plus sign. So you can take logarithm of 8 into 4 minus logarithm of 9 plus logarithm of 3. You can take logarithm of 9 plus logarithm of 3, applying this property. So this is equal to logarithm of 8 into 4 is 32 minus logarithm of 9 into 3, 9 into 3. 9 into 3 is 27. So this is equal to logarithm of 32 minus logarithm of 27. And now you can apply this property of logarithm. So this is equal to logarithm of 32 divided by 27. This is value of integral I, which is final answer. Let us stop here. Thank you. Thank you for watching this video. Thanks.